within the game. He was like a superhero on that run.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Commanders. "22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from FedEx Field. Takes it at the 7. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Here we go, here we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 11, 18.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think with
he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Here we go.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some that throws the quarterback.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Burrow taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Gibson to start the drive. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now back to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And they'll begin by running the option. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Burrow will throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. These two teams all tied after 1.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
11.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, get me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
From the 31, Burrow. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Mixon is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. On 2nd and goal, one man stands in the backfield, and that's Mixon. Burrow looking to pass. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Darian Mathis burying him for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
3rd and goal, Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Washington. 68 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll run with Robinson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. Let's think here. You're still just in the 2nd quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show them you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. McPherson now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-17. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And some room to work. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final two quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On play action, they'll throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Bengals grab it. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
11. Go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Out to the flat here for Johnson. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A handoff, running left, Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Something of a rare incompletion. I mean, remember, Charles, last week under 50% throwing the football. That's what he was, but he has turned that around in this game.
Last week was what's commonly known as a fluke. For him to be under 50%, not normal, not the usual. But to be up over 80%, that's extra time in practice, and that's throwing with extra confidence as well.
He's got room at the 30. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now. Out left to Dotson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On the draw, Robinson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't think, especially when the ball is deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing again on second down. Burrow. He'll drop this one down to mix it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
On one, ready? 11.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Bengals! He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And some room to maneuver. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
This offense so far on third down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
On one, right?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go. 12.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play action. It's Burrow. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more